Welcome mates, I'm Bloodthirsty Lord by Incoming Lordy, and today this is the top 5 things that you must know about Paladins Battlegrounds. There's going to be gameplay in the background from my own experience playing Paladins, and also some Paladins Battlegrounds gameplay from the Hi-Rez Expo. Not my own, but I'm just showcasing the channel so you get an idea of what the gameplay footage or the gameplay experience could be as we discuss about these topics and the top 5 things about it. And if you mates are new to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button to keep up to date with our content. Also, show your support by smashing that blank like button. We're trying to aim for 200 likes this video. That would be greatly appreciated. So without further ado, let's get straight into this. At number 5, what makes up Paladins Battlegrounds? There's multiple components that we can talk about right here, but the two main ideas are it's a team-based hero shooter plus Battle Royale. They put them together, that is Paladins Battlegrounds. So all the elements that you expect from a Battle Royale game like PUBG or Fortnite, the circle is always going to get smaller and smaller until it gets to one location when you have to fight the last team and then claim victory. In Paladins Battlegrounds, that's going to be called the fog. The fog will get smaller on the map and then close down certain areas, forcing you to verse other people on the map. So that's going to create more tension between you and some other teams, and whoever wins that fight goes to the next fight because the circle is going to keep getting smaller and you have to keep going across the map in order to get to the area that is not affected by the fog. So then you're able to verse the enemy team, then claim victory and just win your match of Paladins Battlegrounds. Then you have the idea of 100 players that does exist in Paladins Battlegrounds, and also the map itself is known to be 300 to 400 times bigger than the normal Paladin Siege map. So if you have played Paladins in the past, you know the difference there. If you're new to this Battle Royale game, it's pretty much like every other Battle Royale game. It's one massive map where you can dominate and just have a fun time. But the big twist on this version of the Battle Royale genre is that it does have heroes. Heroes can just change the whole thing, the whole idea of a Battle Royale game, because now you have to think about team fights, team composition, individual hero skill, and such, and just leads to a whole interesting scenario within the Battle Royale genre. So that pretty much leads us to number 4. And that's the heroes. The heroes are a very essential part of Paladins, the game itself, and that does still occur here. As you're about to launch into a Paladins Battleground match, there's a pre-lobby phase, and in that phase, you have to pick your heroes and the things that you want to have in your team comp, or the heroes that you want to play during that match. You won't be selecting from the full hero roster. There'll be a small 8 randomly picked roster of heroes, and then you're prompted with the choice of which heroes you want. You can choose that hero or another hero. There's 2 in each type, so you got 2 flankers, 2 damage dealers, 2 front lines, 2 support. And also, if you and your team member want to play the same character, you can do so. You can pick more than one of the same character. And this also prompts you with the choice of going a 4-man party team with all the exact same character. Maybe a character that does a whole bunch of DPS and damage. You all want to play that and just have some fun. You can do that. Also, keep in mind the 8 picks that show up on your screen will be the exact same 8 picks that the rest of the 100 players will see as well. In their 4-man teams, they will see the exact same picks. So this helps you understand some of the things that you're going to encounter before you're actually in a match. And that really means a lot, because now you can start thinking of what ways you can play with your team comp and with your character against other heroes in certain ways, in certain maps, and certain locations. You can do things like that. And also, the 8 picks should be changing every match. So every time you go into a new match, you'll see a different set of 8 picks, or every day, depending on what Hi-Rez Studios and pretty much the Paladins team does decide on. As you start to notice, heroes are a major part of your gameplay in Paladins Battlegrounds. And now let's move on to the number 3 thing that you need to know when you play Paladins Battlegrounds, and that is the gameplay mechanics, spawning, and so much more. We're going to discuss some of that right now. So when it comes to spawning in this version of Battle Royale, there isn't a aeroplane or bus they can jump out of and then go to select destination. Instead, you're prompted with the map, and then there's squares or sectors. Then you're able to put a marker on the map, and then your whole team will spawn there. Right now, it seems like whoever puts the marker down first, that's pretty much where you're going to spawn. There's no majority of markers that you and your team pinged. That's where you spawn. It doesn't happen like that. And the selected piece of transport that takes you to that location is a Zeppelin. And you'll be able to see Zeppelins throughout the whole match. We'll talk about that further within the video. And the map you'll play on is pretty much all the other Paladin maps already in the game, matched together to create that one massive map. So you'll be able to see different environments, snowy environments, desert environments, and other general points of interest throughout the match. So you and your team members will be using your selected heroes. You have set abilities which give you a certain advantage, maybe healing benefits towards your team, more damage output, some type of mechanic where you're able to gain mobility, such and such. but also your ultimate works in a unique way. It won't passively charge through the duration of the match. Instead, to charge it, you have to do damage output towards enemy players. By doing damage towards enemy players, you gain charge. You can use your ultimate in the next fight or so. Usually, people are saying you'd get to 1 to 3 ultimates per game. That 3 ultimates is like you going ham and destroying the enemy teams, and just smashing that battle royale experience. That's when you get 3 ultimates. Any other case will most likely be 1. If you die early, then you don't have an ultimate at all. And in every team-based hero shooter, there's always going to be heroes that are overpowered, meta, and on the other side, heroes are irrelevant and also useless. Expect the exact same thing here. From the 8 picks, there might be heroes that are a definite pick you need in your comp in order to win, because the map and the scenarios that do occur are most likely better for that certain hero. For example, majority of the fights that you're going to have are going to be in open fields as you get to another point of interest. So heroes with snipers like Kanissa, I think that's her name, you can use her quite often and it'll most likely work out better than using some other heroes that are more close combat and stationary heroes. And since this game mode is based on full play teams, there is a down but not out state, or DBNO. It's pretty much saying that you're down, you need reviving, you can do that in this game. But the form of that is pretty much whoever's downed is in a chicken form, which has a certain amount of HP and does bleed out over time. But if your teammates can make it to you before the enemy team does kill you in the chicken form, then they can revive you and then you're back to normal, and then you can go back to having a chance of actually winning that match. And for example, there is a special interaction if you're running through the fog and then the enemy team that is in a safe zone is shooting towards you, and then you fall into your chicken form or your DBNO state, you will automatically and instantly die. So be careful when running through the fog in this game mode. Also, when playing this game mode, it doesn't seem like there's an option to go solo queue yet. There might be a chance of going duo queue, but right now it seems like it's going to be a 4-man party option. Create a 4-man party, then go into the actual game mode and pretty much carry on from there versus other 4-man teams. Some of you mates are thinking right now, how could this be only top 5 things? I know, I put like top 5 topics instead, and I break it down to little things. So there's a lot of things that you need to know. Pretty much like everything you need to know is in this video. So now let's move on to number 2, and that's loot and the gear system. In other Battle Royale games, you find weapons, you find utility, and all the stuff that you need to survive throughout the map. In this case, it's different because you have the weapon that comes with your hero. It's always going to be that constant same weapon. And also, if you need utility, you'll have certain characters that could be more tanky, have mobility, that could provide sustain and healing mechanics towards the rest of the team members. That's where the other stuff comes in. But when you go to the actual map and when you're looking for stuff or looting around, you find chests in certain areas, point of interest places, and pretty much you open a chest, you get a certain gear, and that gear will usually fall into the head section, the torso section, the leg section, and also boots. So the gear system equals the card system. That's what you find in the chest, and around the area you find cards that equal your gear that you can use in the Battle Royale experience that also have been modified for that game mode. And these cards and gear will give certain benefits, usually really small benefits at the start. You get like armor benefits, movement speed benefits, damage increase, such and such. But once the rarity increases, yes, there is a rarity system in this as well. The legendaries being the best. Once you go there, you get some crazy active, some crazy insane mechanics overall that you can use in your experience to destroy the enemy teams. And the rarity scales at common, rare, epic, and legendary. I think that's what works. You got legendary being gold, epic being purple, green being common, and blue being rare. I think that's how it works in this game. And if you're looking for that best legendary card or legendary gear, all you have to do is wait every minute. As Zeppelin will appear across some sector of the map, it will also be marked on everyone's mini-map so they know where it's going to be, and there will be a purple laser that appears as well, showcasing it's dropping there in the 3D aspect of the actual game, so you're able to go down there and most likely you will verse other teams because that legendary gear means so much, especially when you use that certain legendary gear on certain characters. Like if you get a card or piece of gear that has legendary stats for doing more damage increase and damage outputs, then you want to give that to a damage character because it just works out so much better on him or her instead of a frontline character or a support. And now let's move on to the number 1 thing that you need to know. And that is the game is free. So pretty much all you have to do is download Paladins, and then a new game mode will appear roughly 50 days to 2 months from now, and that will be the Battle Royale game mode or the Battlegrounds game mode. Most likely the name will change because it seems just too similar to PUBG, but we'll see what happens. But the idea is that it will appear in there as an option to play that new game mode in Paladins, so it's a free-to-play game. There's nothing that can go wrong there. If you already have Paladins, you're set. If you want to try this new game mode, just download Paladins and you play it when it does get released. And if you don't like it, just uninstall it. It's that simple. That is the best part about a free-to-play game. So those were the top 5 things that you need to know about Paladins Battlegrounds. Obviously, we talked about a lot more, but I just want to get all the information that I knew about this game in this video, and it looks like we achieved that. But mates, as always, tell me your opinions and thoughts in the comment section down below. So mates, if you did enjoy this video, show your support by smashing that button like button. And if you mates want to see more Paladins Battlegrounds content and gaming content in general on my channel, all you have to do is share this with your friends and hit the subscribe button to become a mate today. And that is all for this video. I have time to go, but don't you worry. Back very soon. Hey jazz boys, because you ain't seen nothing yet. Mates, with all this knowledge, every game that you go into is going to be super easy because you're going to be super overpowered. That's for sure.